So we're going to do a little active recall for OBGYN and peds. So we're going to start off with some peds stuff with the stages of development. So the mnemonic here is NITPs, for whatever you'd like that to mean. But this is newborn, infant, toddler, preschool, and school age. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is hit the ages. So a newborn is from birth to 1 month. Infant is going to be 1 month to 1 year. And toddler is going to be 1 year to 3 years. Preschool is going to actually be, they skip one for whatever reason, 4 to 5 years, and then we're going to skip another one, and school is going to be 6 to 12. So those are our ages. And okay, so blood pressure for children is going to be, and this is just for systolic. I don't really know how to get diastolic, but it's the age times 2 plus 90 for the high plus 70 for the low. So if you have a 10-year-old kid, times 2 would be 20. So you'd have 100 for your high and 90 for your low. So that would be your range for your systolic. All right, what about a 3-year-old? 3 times 2 is 6, so we'd have 96 and 76. So BP is going to increase. So let's test this with an adult. 31, that would make me 62 plus 90 is 6 and 6 is 120, which would be 132 for a low. So after you get out of the child age, I guess that's really not gonna work. 190 or 120 and 90 would be 120. So what plus 90 is 120, 30. So 15 is where this would end. So 15 times 2 is 30, plus 90 is 120, which would be like, So anyway, for children, that's blood pressures. Well, what about respiratory rate? This is a big one, and it's kind of confusing, okay? You can either remember a codex for this, or there's a couple of different ways that you can kind of think about this, all right? So the one codex you can think of is 6, 6, 4, 3. 3, kind of with this 4 being a central number dividing 3s and 6s, okay? And another codex you can think for this is 3, 2, 2, shit. No, I'm sorry. It's 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, okay? These I just remember as 40 to 60, 30 to 60. School age is kind of where I got my first camera lens, which is about 18 to 30 millimeters. Preschool is where you kind of screw up counting. So you do 2, 2, 3, 4. And then toddler is, I believe, it's 24. So it is 40, because I know there's 40 and 60 match. So I believe that's 24 to 40. In terms of heart rate, here's the important thing you want to know about heart rate here, is when you have a newborn, the heart rate's going to be like 100 to like 200. That's healthy. Okay, when you hit 60 or below, I think it's when you hit 60, or maybe when it, honestly, it's probably when it's less than 60, you're going to do BVM, and then you're going to start compressions. You don't want it that low. It's really, really low. And actually, anything less than 100, it's probably as less. Anything less than 100, and you're going to do BVM, okay? Heart rate of an infant is usually about 140. So that is respiratory rate, heart rate, the years, and when you would BVM for peds. 24 to 40, 22 to 34. Yeah, so you got all those right. So that's what I call a codex, when you put combinations of numbers together and you make connections through different numbers to reproduce a list of numbers that really otherwise don't make any sense. 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, another 2, 2, 3, 4 here, 2 6s, 2 3s, and a 4 in the middle. Okay. Other thing which I'm going to try to reproduce is an APGAR score. So let's just honestly just dive right into it. APGAR. The big thing here is that this starts, you can have a 0. So it's 0, 1, 2, because your max is a 10. So your first category is 0, 1, 2. This is a 0 to 10 scale. A is going to be appearance. P is going to be pulse. G is going to be, it's grimace, but it's also, think about this R here, it's reflex. A is, there's another A. I think this is activity. And then R is going to be respirations. Okay, so appearance, a 0, you can kind of easily think what these zeros are going to be. This is going to be all blue. Pulse, no pulse. Any grimace or flex? No. Any activity? No. Respirations? No. Okay. The maximums of these is, this one is going to be, I believe, a vigorous, is it a vigorous cry? I think it's a vigorous cry. Appearance is going to be all pink. Pulse is going to be greater than 100. Grimace is, I don't know, like, this is no, or also what they call like limp. In the middle here, we're going to have, that's greater than 100. This will be less than 100. This one here is going to be blue body, pink, blue body. I'm sorry. Yep. Hold on. Blue extremities, pink body. Respirations. These are just, they're a little bit harder. Grimace and flex. Okay, so this is just minimal response. A 2 would be prompt response. Activity would be flexed arms and legs, or just active. So flexed. This one is going to be active. Respirations, yeah, vigorous cry, and then, okay, slow and irregular. And like, from what I read with peds, blue extremity, pink body, these are like relatively normal because you're going to be working towards that 10. And you're going to do an APGAR score at 1 and 5 minutes. All right, there we go.